A jury has acquitted a woman accused of murdering her abusive partner in their South Auckland home. Karen Anne Ruddelle was found not guilty of the murder of her partner Joseph Ngapera, but guilty of his manslaughter. Ruddelle claimed she was acting in self-defence when she stabbed her partner in November 2018. Her lawyers argued she feared for her life and that of her son due to the violence she'd suffered at the hands of Mr Ngapera in the past. The Crown said she acted deliberately and that the unarmed Mr Ngapera was not posing any immediate threat to them. Our reporter Matthew Theunissen has been covering the case and joins us now. Matthew, what happened in court today?
Good afternoon, Lisa. Yes, after 2 days of deliberating in the 10-day trial, the jury returned unanimous not guilty verdicts for the murder charge. They couldn't all agree on the alternative manslaughter charge, so the judge, Justice Palmer, allowed them to return a majority verdict, which they did, finding her guilty of manslaughter 11 jurors to 1. The Crown had argued that the force that Ruddelle used when she stabbed Joseph Ngapera was such that it couldn't be said that she was acting in self-defence. Also, the Crown said that it couldn't have been an instinctive, spontaneous act, given she pulled the knife out and stabbed him a second time. So it appears that the jury agreed with that.
So what was the reaction in court?
Well, throughout the trial, the court's been full of Mr Ngapera's family and Ruddelle's relatives. This included his elderly parents, all just sat very silently as the verdict was read out. Ruddelle herself displayed little emotion as she was found guilty of manslaughter and was led away to the cells. One of the jurors could be heard crying as they left the courtroom, having been thanked for their service by the judge.
And obviously you reported on some of that harrowing evidence during the trial. So what happens next in terms of sentencing?
That's right. Very sad case, this. We heard from Ruddelle's lawyer, Shane Cassidy, after the verdict had been delivered, and he went over some of that evidence again, the lifetime of domestic abuse that Ruddelle has suffered, which he indicated should be considered as a mitigating factor during the sentencing. The sentencing will occur on April the 7th. At this stage, and Mr Ngapera's family have indicated a willingness to participate in a restorative justice program with Ruddelle, which would be carried out before then. Yes, so the court is still actually sitting. We're just hearing about whether she's going to be granted bail or not before the sentencing.
Thank you so much for joining us. That is Matthew Theunissen, who has been covering that case involving Karen Anne Ruddelle. As Matthew indicated there, she has been found not guilty of the murder of her partner, Joseph Ngapera, but guilty of his manslaughter.